If you ever hear people talking about astrology and talking about what sign they are, then you're probably familiar with your own sun sign, which you most likely searched based on your birthday. But most people don't know that in astrology there is not only a sun sign, there is also a moon, as well as a rising, which is also the ascendant, is called. And every planet has its own zodiac that is all part of your chart. I like to focus on the sun, the moon, and the rising in astrological charts because those tend to be the biggest tellers. If you happen to be an Aries sun, what that means is that the sun was in the house of Aries at the moment of your birth. If you are a moon Aries, it means that the moon was in the house of Aries at the moment of your birth. And if you are an Aries rising, that would mean that the rising of the sun happened in Aries at your birth. I love astrology for personality traits and for personality analysis. If you are not interested in that and you do not really care for astrology, I encourage you to still listen to this video and try to see if you can associate yourself with the personality traits of an Aries. The sun sign is meant to represent how you appear outwardly towards people, so what they see in terms of your personality characteristics. Aries is the first house. It is represented as a cardinal sign. There are three types of modes in astrology. You have cardinal, you have fixed, and mutable. There are 4 cardinal signs, 4 fixed signs, and 4 mutable signs, 12 total in astrology. A cardinal sign is the symbol of new beginnings. The cardinal signs are representative of the beginning of a season. So in this case, Aries comes to us at the beginning of spring, and as a representative of beginnings and new things, it also is a sign that is associated with being very active, determined, and positive, as well as hardworking. On the opposite side of that coin, somebody who is an Aries can also be overworking themselves, perhaps starting things that are new too fast and too soon because they enjoy the feeling of starting new things and moving along to bigger, better projects all the time. Aries is associated with the element of fire, and that is quite reflective on the Aries personality as well, because fire is very much energy consuming. However, it also delivers a lot of energy. Fire people tend to be people who get along with everyone. They tend to enjoy having company around them as well. They're quite attractive to people because of their positiveness and enthusiasm towards life. Fire signs tend to be physical, which means that you receiving information from the world happens mostly in a physical manner rather than an abstract manner. Signs that are air as well as water signs, they tend to be very much in their head, more on the subconscious abstract type of thinking level, whereas earth and fire, they tend to be more physical and more concrete types of experiences. I know it's a little bit hard to understand. I'm going to try to make a separate video about elements soon to explain this more in depth. Your moon sign is what represents your inner world and your emotional world and the characteristics that you don't show people on the first meeting. It usually takes a couple of meetings, or to some people they really have to be close to another person to ever reveal to them their inner personality and their inner motives. Moon and Aries express their emotion instantly, so there is really nothing to be hiding. They're very, very straightforward. They want to get to the point and they want to talk about the situation right away. Usually for Aries moon, talking means bursting out in anger the second that there is an issue. And once you let them have their way and express their anger, Aries do not hold grudges and they will move on right away, and they will also act like nothing was wrong to begin with. If you do have an Aries moon friend or you live with an Aries moon, I highly recommend that you let them vent if they need to. They tend to be very egoistical and selfish when they are in that moment, so there is not much reasoning to be done. They are so intense about wanting to be perfect and wanting to always be the winner and always wanting to lead by example, which causes them a lot of anxiety. anxiety as well. Finally, rising, also called the ascendance, is meant to represent your childhood and your development and how you've become the person that you are. Ascendance is kind of like the filter of your expression to the world. It is what will block your thought process and what will block your conversation in public, because you are attempting to adhere to societal norms, the societal norms that you believe exist, of course, which is very different from person to person. You may call it also not a choice. You may say that you are a certain way because that's how you were brought up, and no, it's still your choice. So that also represents your mannerism and your personality that you show outward to the world. Aries ascendance is really all about inspiring others, all about leadership, all about being bold and paving the path for everyone else. If you know an ascendance Aries, then do not think that they're bossy or they're trying to control. Their real intention is to inspire people and show a positive role model. We're all just doing our best to appear a certain way in the world that we think would be optimal. I made a video about Aries mythology. You're welcome to go and see that one if you're interested to know more about Aries. I'm talking about Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, and how Aries came about and why it is the symbol of the ram that we know it to be today. I wish you all the best. I'm starting to get sweaty and I'll see you very soon.